Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Seems that this woman here, all the power to her, because she seems to be suing her school that forced her, refused to take the knee, because she was, didn't want to take the knee when the whole, BLM or other BS that was happening, right? Well, this is what's been going on. So, without further ado, let's get directly into the article and show you what's been going on and why she's suing and all the cancer that, BLM has given us in the past, just honestly, half a decade. Virginia Tech women's soccer player can sue school for benching her after she refused to take the knee, judge rules. Former Virginia Tech women's soccer player can officially sue the school's coach for benching her after she refused to take a knee during a social justice protest, a federal judge has ruled. Thomas Cullen, a judge for the Western District of Virginia, ruled on December 2nd that Coach Charles Chugger Adair may have violated Kirsten Henning's First Amendment rights for refusing to engage in the protest during the height of the Black Lives Matter movement. Yeah, as I said, the Black Lives Matter movement has been a cancer and honestly terrible. You don't see very many black people seeing it. You see a lot of white liberals in it that are trying to be for, equity or for fairness and for black lives. But no, it's obviously not for black lives, because if we honestly want to do the research here, which I'll do, so if we do this, George Floyd riot deaths, and then we go here, you'll see that the deaths of the George Floyd riots, or the protests you want to call it, because they see violence and controversy during the Floyd protests. Yeah, there's no controversies. We know that 19 deaths happened and arrested 17,000. And we'll go here, at least 25 Americans were killed during protests and political unrest. Yeah, so, there doesn't seem to be, they call it protests, obviously, from The Guardian and stuff, but obviously the Black Lives Matter was not protests. There were riots, there were burnings, there was death. It was not some leisurely happy thing, alright? And people want to go out and defend Black Lives Matter. No, they're a terrorist organization. They caused 25 deaths. They are not good people. They're an abomination to this country, and they should be abolished immediately. Besides, we've seen multiple times where Black Lives Matter in particular has been caught with, also their leaders, been caught for laundering money, fraud, and all this other stuff, which I'm not terribly surprised. So obviously, these people have nefarious motives. They don't care. They also destroy black businesses. So I don't care for these Black Lives Matter people. They're disgusting, evil people. He said he is therefore allowing Henning's lawsuit, arguing that Adair penalized her for her political beliefs to continue to trial. Yes, exactly, because it was obviously political. Again, this is the thing here. The left are absolutely insane. They're not nice people, and they have proceeded to show that they're not nice people. Henning, who was once a powerful midfielder and defender for the Hawkeys, had alleged her in a lawsuit last year that Adair verbally attacked her after she refused to take a knee during the reading of a unity statement before drastically reducing the amount of time she played each game. Her treatment on the field ultimately became so bad, she argued that she felt compelled to quit the team. Henning explained in her federal lawsuit last year that her status on the team began to suffer during her junior year in college in September 2020. She and a few other students started off the season continuing to stand while the Atlantic closed a conference's unity statement in response to the death of George Floyd was over loudspeaker at the school's home opener against the University of Virginia. All starters, including Henning, were standing on the field at the time. The lawsuit reads, while other starters knelt. Yeah, okay. During the unity statement to mirror former San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick 2016 protest and expressed support for the Black Lives Matter movement, Henning remained standing. She claims Adair responded with open hostility at halftime, targeting her instead of the other players who remained standing because she was not a scholarship athlete. It was also because she was potentially white as well. That's also another thing, because obviously white people are a bane to the existence of these far left liberals that are obviously quite disgusting. So yeah, there's that. At the next opportunity, halftime at the Virginia game, Coach Adair berated her for her stance. The lawsuit continues. He singled her out and verbally attacked her, pointing a finger directly in her face. He denounced Henning for for bitching and moaning, for being selfish and individualistic, and for doing her own thing. Coach Adair's tirade was so extreme, so personally directed at Henning, and so disconnected from the game itself that her teammates approached her afterward to comfort her and express their shock. Well, yeah, this is what happens when you have far left individuals enter in society, and this is what happens. You keep voting for these type of people, and this is what you're gonna get. And I don't feel bad for anybody that votes for these insane lunatics. As Henning explains in the courtroom documents, while she supports social justice and believes Black Lives Matter, she does not support BLM, the organization, citing its tactics and core tenets of its mission statement included defunding the police. Well, she has a good head on her shoulders, at least some type of good head. The opposition to the movement had previously surfaced in a series of private social media exchanges with teammates. Someone took a screenshot of some of these private messages between girls onto the team and shared them with the coaching staff. The lawsuit reads, some of Henning's statements also saw the messages and became outraged. Players on the team allegedly called on Adair in September 2020 to demand that he address saying comments on social media. Following her Virginia game, Henning lost her starting role, prompting her to quit the team entirely. Coach Adair's campaign of abuse and retaliation made conditions for Henning so intolerable that she felt compelled to resign. The lawsuit saying, okay, I don't know why they have to constantly repeat these things, because constant repeating is just stupid. As a result of her coach's actions, Henning can no longer replay the game she loves. Despite having 2 more years of NCAA eligibility, it continues. This court should vindicate Henning's constitutional rights and award her legal and equitable relief. In addition to unspecified financial rewards for compensatory, punitive, and nominal damages, as well as lawyer fees, Henning is also seeking a ruling ordering to Adair to undergo First Amendment training. Adair had tried to get Coling to dismiss the lawsuit, arguing that he did not penalize other student athletes who stood during the unity statement the New York Post reports, but Coling ultimately ruled that there was sufficient evidence to support Henning's argument that she was singled out for political beliefs, noting that she had averaged 76 minutes playing in each game as freshman and nearly 88 minutes each game as a sophomore. At the game following the protest, however, Henning only played 29 minutes in the third game of the season. She only played for 5 minutes. Ultimately, Adair may convince a jury that this coaching decision was based solely on Henning's poor play during the U of A game, but the court, viewing the evidence and the light most favorable to Henning, cannot reach that conclusion as a matter of law. Colin wrote, while the Supreme Court and Fourth Circuit may not have addressed the novel factual circumstances presented here, i.e. a college coach allegedly retaliating against a lawyer for refusing to kneel with her coaches and teammates in support of perceived unity and social justice, the core constitutional principle is both clearly established and fundamental to a free society, and especially to an institute of higher education. Alright, here's the thing. I agree that she should be able to get acquitted, assuming the mere fact that she doesn't get a very far left jury. If she doesn't get a far left jury, she has a very good chance of succeeding. If she does get a far left jury, I highly doubt she'll ever succeed at all. And that's just the reality of things, because the far left have gone completely insane. This is what we mean that these people, when these people want to be declared as like good people or liberal, they're the most vapid, disgusting, vile people on the planet, because they will ban you, remove you, and stuff like that from society because of your political beliefs or what have you, and that's not nice. And they will also, do many other things as well. It's disgusting that this is the case. Hopefully, this girl wins, and she gets a massive settlement for her, because the insanity needs to stop. And it's a good thing she's fighting for her rights, and the rest of the Americans do. Will you? Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care.